to the beach. Come to the beach. Last time on Death Stranding, we met up with someone called Heartman, who is this guy. He likes to go to the beach and come back because he has heart problems, like his name. Apparently his heart stops every 21 minutes and then he visits the beach and then his heart gets shocked again and he comes back to life. That's his backstory. And he has put in a request that we go turn on the internet at several scientists that live nearby. Because that's what you do in this game. You deliver packages and turn on the internet. Handle with care, avoid impact. Oh, that's reassuring.
A geologist of ours has been studying fossils as part of his research into prehistoric extinction events. He's been out there conducting excavations for a while now and has begun to suffer the effects of chiral contamination. No doubt the result of excessive exposure to chiralium during the dig. Until the site is properly decontaminated, his work can't proceed. Nor will his health improve. So we need you to bring him some chiralium scrubbing agents.
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Boy, Hardman.
The stratum the team was investigating dates from the end of the Cretaceous period, the time of the infamous mass extinction, which brought the reign of the dinosaurs to a close, leaving small mammals to inherit the Earth. It's the most recent of the Big Five, and one of the largest mass extinctions the world has ever seen. In any event, our team found something truly remarkable. Can you guess what it was? A fossil beach. If that is indeed what it is, then he has made a tremendous discovery. Therefore, Sam, it is essential that you deliver those chiralium scrubbing agents as soon as possible.
One more thing, Sam. For this run, you'll be transporting an antimatter bomb.
What, again?
A Bridges paleontologist working on a dig says he needs it. Apparently, the fossils he wants to study are buried deep beneath tar, and the only way he can get to them is by blowing it wide open. Now, hopefully I don't need to tell you to be extra careful when handling high-yield explosives, but in case I do, make sure you keep that container in one piece, no matter what.
So, for the record, that guy with the face mask has decided that his nickname is Die Hard Man. That is the only way you can refer to him. He has no other name. This game makes a lot of sense. I need to know one of these.
Sam, I'm sure you haven't forgotten, but you need to be extremely careful with that antimatter bomb, especially when transporting it by a carrier or vehicle. Any irregularities should trigger an alarm. Don't ignore it.
Oh, that reminds me. I actually forgot something I need to fabricate. I need container repair spray. Might as well get this too. This is chapter 8 out of 14 chapters, I believe. And I've also heard that chapter 3 is about a third of the game, so pretty far, I think. check the... Oh, this is pretty damaged.
Order assigned.
Let's make a new exoskeleton. Got our stuff.
Keep on keeping on.
Hello.
Sam, so Hartman told you all about the lake. How the attack that created it changed his life forever. Not only did he lose his family, he very nearly lost himself. For 21 minutes, he was in a state of cardiopulmonary arrest.
That sounds bad.
Under normal circumstances, he would have died. Therapeutic hypothermia saved his life. But the 21 minutes he spent on the other side had a lasting effect on him. Perhaps due to the shock, his Doom's abilities seem to have increased. And now he takes every opportunity to walk the beach in search of his family.
My apologies, Sam. You came all this way to visit me, yet I neglected to give you a proper farewell. Do be careful out there. As I mentioned before, this region is rich in memories of death, extinction. It should come as no surprise that VTs are sighted here more frequently. Perhaps you recall the models in my lab? Their designs were all based on eyewitness accounts. Though I suppose they must have struck you as strange, considering the many times you've come face to face with the real McCoy.
McCoy. So I'm delivering to the geologist first, and then the paleontologist. For all the recent things, I have not been able to see these invisible afterlife enemies, but now that I have my trusty baby back, I can detect these enemies again. There's the heart bubbles. There we go. Is he gonna... Oh, there's the thumbs up. Okay. That's normal. That's what babies do in real life, right? They produce heart-shaped bubbles and give you a thumbs up to tell you that everything's going well. Nope, don't do that. I thought he was going to climb, but he decided to jump instead. Get my trusty container repair spray. Oh, there's rocks. Okay. Some nice, fun rocks. Right here to be our friends. I will hope this first guy. Oh. That's the signal of antimatter enemies being nearby. Keep going though. Get too close, this baby should alert me. Oh, that's weird. It hasn't... I would have expected it to alert me by now. Maybe I'm just crossing the edge. Usually what happens is the enemies occupy the spaces that are easier to travel. So you'll either be close to the enemies or you'll be on difficult to travel, difficult to traverse terrain. So I think I took the difficult path here. On accident by trying to choose the straightest path. Oh, snow storm. That's always reassuring. That's a pretty steep drop. Standard antimatter bomb delivery mission. Grab a climbing anchor. Not that way. Hello? Sometimes he likes to go up. Actually gave me more visibility than I expected. they're not impassable, but let's walk over. The floating carrier shields stuff from some of the impacts that we normally have. Meters left. Grab this one. Yeah, make it through the snowstorm.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Fragile Express ID. Verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until the
Oh, this guy doesn't even want the bomb. I have to carry it further. Oh boy. Well, let's hope that I didn't damage the stuff too badly. Death Stranding gameplay.
Sam Bridges. Oh, thank God for that. I was worried you might not get here in time. But then I've done nothing but worry of late. I've been haunted by those visions you doom sufferers see. That end of days stuff. I put the nightmares down to fatigue. The possibility of chiral contamination never even occurred to me. It's just lucky we got it before the suicidal stage. Dying's not an option. My research is nowhere near complete. It's not just my life you're saving here. It's my life's work. I started to wonder if I'd ever see these meds. I guess you really are good at what you do, huh? Thank you.
0%. Yeah, very standard delivery route there.
Oh, yes. Right then. If you'd do the honors.
This is what it looks like to turn on the internet. It's a very technical procedure. Made it this far across the continental US. Hello, geologist. Level 2 climbing anchor. Hey, buddy.
And just like that, I'm part of the UCA, with access to a treasure trove of historical research materials. Studying this fossil beach should be a good deal easier now. Assuming I can prove once and for all that that's what it is. Honestly, though, I'm just excited I can finally share these findings with everyone. Can you believe I found chiral deposits in strata dating back 65.5 million years? Evidence of an ancient Death Stranding.
Chiral matter has existed on Earth since long before the dawn of man. This stratum is proof of that. Look at this, Sam. Do you see that black fissure there? We believe this is the source of the Chiralian readings. In the distant past, earthquakes cause frictional melting along fault lines, producing layers of what is known as pseudotachylite. We call these layers fossil earthquakes. Extending the principle, our fissure here is what one might term a fossil beach. The presence of corellium in this of all strata cannot be a mere coincidence. It strongly suggests that beaches must have appeared during the Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event. And not just then. The chiral network has recovered data suggesting that similar fossil beaches were discovered in strata corresponding to other extinction events too. That would seem to indicate the Big Five and all other major extinctions were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. In expanding the chiral network, you've helped us glimpse a pattern in these scattered points of data. You've furthered our individual research projects and ensured that it is only a matter of time before we recover all we have lost and solve every mystery that remains.
Every mystery?
But this is only the beginning. See this through, Sam, and there's no telling what we might learn.
Very optimistic.
Good work. New order available. Please have...
I want to see these climbing anchors, level 2s. More compact. More anchors in a single container. Still 30 meters. Okay. He's upset by this geological analysis. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, Sasha was saying there's a whole alternate extinction hypothesis in this game.
You can do it.
Where am I going? Oh. Oh, there it is. Hold on. That's all downhill. It's all downhill from here.
Weapons risk beginning scan. Scanning bridges.
Actually,
verifying ID.
my suit battery has been
Weapons
like
detected.
super.
All weapons will be locked until defined. All three weapons restrictions lifted.
My suit battery.
Scanning bridges. Verifying ID.
The upper blue bar is
Weapons detected.
seriously
All weapons will be weapons restrictions lifted.
which is not a good sign. Oh, it's these thermal pads burning through the suit battery. I think. Wait a second. I know what to do about this.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked. Weapons restrictions lifted.
Just prepare this cargo.
Beginning scan.
And then
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. Weapons restrictions lifted.
yeah, this game's being pretty noisy. I'm gonna use this convenient rest stop someone else has creep. It should restore my equipment.
Your work is greatly appreciated.
Now we'll see what it looks like for him to take a nap.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Now for the most exciting part of the game, where you manually use the restroom. Well, not completely manually, I guess.
EX grenade number 1.
It uses byproducts to give you grenades, because of course it does. That's exactly what you put in grenades. Welcome to Death Stranding. That's, oh yeah, that umbrella is a fast travel mechanism. You may be wondering what fast travel is doing in a game about delivery. Fast travel does not let you take any stuff with you, is the distinction.
EX grenade number 0.
After this thrilling gameplay, let's get back to the snowstorm. Battery is fully charged and it's burning through it pretty quickly actually. So I better get going.
Keep on keeping on.
standard treatment for antimatter bombs. I am not going the right way. Oh look, another player has helpfully informed us that there are ghosts in this area. Just letting my stamina recharge a bit there. The blue bar you see to the right carries me. And they said there were ghosts, but they didn't. The character's spidey senses didn't trigger for the ghosts. Do helicopters not exist, or is Die Hard and I'm just a sadist? Oh yeah, okay, so they did go into this in the past. Apparently they used to have delivery drones, but then the apocalypse happened, and then there's just all this chiral stuff in the atmosphere. There's too much stuff in the clouds now. So no more drones or helicopters. Sometimes the game decides to play music.
Beginning scan.
Why is there no
Scanning
smoke?
bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until the point.
Here's your bomb.
Delivering cargo.
Much appreciated, friend. Thanks to you, we can finally move ahead with the dig. I swear, this place is bad enough without having to worry about getting asphyxiated. Not that I need to tell you. You did it after all, though I can't for the life of me imagine how.
0% damage guarantee. So what is this, the calm before the storm? Some easy missions before whatever insanity is going to happen next.
You can set up the chiral network while I work.
Cutscene gets a little more disconcerting every time. Hello, Mr. Paleontologist. Oxygen mask. Uh-oh. What do I need this for?
Anyway, as it turns out, Sam Bridges, I have a favor to ask. A local porter was on his way here with something very valuable, but dropped it en route. It's a 200-million-year-old ammonite, which looks, he says, almost as if it were still alive. He apparently stumbled across it in a boulder field, which had previously been hidden beneath a glacier, but that's not the half of it. The man claims this ammonite has an umbilical cord. An umbilical cord. Color me skeptical, but the specimen merits study, and I wasn't about to leave such delicate work to an amateur. So I asked him to carve out the whole surrounding chunk of rock and bring it here to me. Naturally, I wanted to compare it with contemporary specimens in the vicinity, which is why I had him excavate a number of those in addition to the one he told me about. But what does the dumb fuck go and do? He loses the whole shipment.
Harsh.
Didn't even have the good sense to mark which container had the ammonite with the umbilical cord. The cargo was supposedly lost in the area to the southwest, where toxic gases have a tendency to build up. Old Mr. Reliable claims his cargo scanner is broken, and there's no way he can recover the shipment. But you could track it down. To protect you against the fumes, I'll provide you with an oxygen mask. Just to be safe. You can pick it up when you accept the order.
That fossil could represent an epical discovery. While there are examples of viviparous fish, an ammonite with an umbilical cord is unheard of. And if it is indeed 200 million years old, it would also correspond with the end Triassic extinction, another one of the big five. Could the umbilical cord be connected to the beach? We must recover that cargo at all costs. It could provide a vital clue to the mechanisms underpinning the Death Stranding. We're so close. So very, very close to grasping the true nature of the phenomenon. Hurry, Sam. We cannot risk that ammonite being lost.
Yeah, just everything has an umbilical cord for some reason.
New order available.
There's so many umbilical cords floating around. This thing that I found. Somebody else, or sometimes NPCs or other characters lose stuff that they're delivering. And this is not where it's supposed to go, but I carried it to a safer place than lying outside. time to do this thing. Time to get some rocks.
An oxygen mask, huh? Good idea. It'll filtrate the air and keep you breathing normally. In addition to protecting you from toxic gases, it'll also help to reduce fatigue from strenuous activity, making it easier to keep your balance. If it didn't have a limited battery life, I'd tell you to keep it on the whole time. But it does, so don't.
Didn't this guy say he was gonna give me one? Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's what it looks like. Oh hey. He's given me some stuff. Not okay with the... Not okay with those fossils.
Order assigned.
What I really need is, oh, there's even more stuff. I need a battery recharger.
Keep on keeping on.
Actually, maybe I can build one. Oxygen mask is pressure, not battery. Yeah. Yeah, that would make more sense, but... I don't know, it's like in Half-Life 2, when you're underwater and he's holding his breath, it also uses your battery, right? It's video games. No other player has built a generator, unfortunately. Let's try to build one ourselves.
No can do, Sam. Structures can't be built that close together.
Oh,
You'll need to settle for a different spot outside the sensor ring.
I see.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
All shelter. Let's see if I can build it close by that area that I need to go into.
Okay, just a bit further now.
What's going on here? Oh, that looks dangerous. You know what, I'll just build it here. I don't think I need these thermal pads anymore, actually. There we go. This is how you construct buildings in the future. Very convenient. You just 3D print it in place.
Construction complete.
No, I should actually make another one of those.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
Keep on keeping
Verifying
on.
ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
That dialogue is so long, but I've heard it so many times that I'm used to it.
Keep on keeping on.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Wait, I said I was gonna use the thermal pads on this thing too. Oops. So the structures that you see standing around are built by other players, but in this case, no one else seemed to have built the one that I wanted, which was a... Oh, hold on. You know, that doesn't look so healthy. I wanted a generator, which is what I built. Oh, there's the oxygen mask. Thank you for the ladder, friend. Don't go down. He gave me like so much equipment, but the stuff is just right here. Thank you for this ladder.
Thanks for the help. This one's for you. Today's a good day.
Very helpful ladder. Take off this mask now. One of these use 3,000 ladders to get out of here. Rival delivery men. So there are two types of enemies you'll encounter. One is these afterlife enemies, and the other is like these afterlife ghost enemies, and the other is they call them mules, and they are other delivery. They're people that used to be delivery people, but now just try to steal things. The backstory they gave for them doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, they got addicted to delivering things, so they started stealing things for themselves instead. Like, okay. Would make more sense to me if they were just like, oh, they're scavengers, they lost touch with society, and they just need stuff to survive. But no, apparently they're addicted.
Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
They turned into goblins. Yeah, that sounds like a better backstory than this game has come up with. Oh, here's your stuff. It was right there.
Let me see. I have to see it.
So which of these has...
It really is immaculately preserved. Uncannily, even.
Which one has the umbilical cord on it? Come on, man. Don't leave us hanging. Very advanced delivery. Neanderthals are not extinct. Hartman's theory of evolution, umbilical cords, and Devonian era fossils. Okay. Sounds legit.
Thanks for bringing in that lost shipment, Sam. And yes, it did indeed include an ammonite with a bona fide umbilical cord attached.
Oh, there it is.
I've already sent some images and a preliminary analysis to Hartman via the network. Interestingly, it seems the surrounding strata contain traces of tar, which lines up with one of his theories. Anyway, I know you only just brought this ammonite here, but I'd like you to deliver it to a colleague of mine, an Evo-Devo biologist. Lately, she's taken an interest in the tar, and I think she'd be eager to examine this particular specimen.
It's quite remarkable, and that's to your credit. To clarify, she has been studying how the tar may have influenced the development of various organisms. Accordingly, I would ask that you also recover the tar collectors deployed near her shelter, and deliver them along with the ammonite. It would be too dangerous for her to attempt to retrieve them herself, which is why we must impose upon you. By aiding her research, we may yet inch closer to unraveling the secrets of the Death Stranding. We've already made so much progress with the data recovered by the network. With your continued help, I know we can accomplish even more.
Good work. New order available.
Would I have to bring all of these? Oh, whatever.
Order assigned.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, well, how is this area, like, not covered in
Weapons
snow and
restrictions
everything
lifted.
else is? Maybe it's some, like, ooh, it's near the fossils thing. Oh, I have to put on the thermal pads again. Because it's cold. No, my character is not freezing to death. There are a few different types of exoskeletons you can have in this game. I right now have a rough terrain exoskeleton on right now. The other variants are speed and power for moving fast or carrying a lot of things. So with the power exoskeleton, you can start to carry like 200 kilograms of stuff, which is a lot. Also, yes, the game uses kilograms. Which is the best. How does snow even work? Oh yeah, right, that's umbilical cords. The afterlife enemies will have umbilical cords.
Freezing.
The game is set in America and uses metric system. Maybe the apocalypse killed everyone that wasn't using the metric system. That's why there's so few people left in America. It's a very targeted apocalypse. These are bugs. Cryptobiotes. You can eat them to recover blood, apparently. It's just a ripoff of Bloodborne. Yeah, well, I don't think this game has backstabbing. Or... actually the real Bloodborne ripoff in this game is that I'm not carrying... Let's see. This is a hematic grenade. It's a grenade that draws blood which can be used against afterlife enemies. There's also guns that have hematic rounds. I guess that's a bit like the Quicksilver bullets. My gun of choice though is this bola gun, because you can shoot ropes with it and immobilize enemies at a distance. Oh, it just goes from snow to hard rain suddenly? Such a weird place. Oh, and then there's... That's, maybe you'll get to see the afterlife enemies today. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Good to have you back.
Oh, I need to pick up this stuff. Okay. And there's... Okay, so this is a scanner that points at the nearest afterlife enemy. I can't see them directly, but this scanner... My character can't see them, but this scanner points to them. The scanner is powered by this baby, apparently. Sort of have to go perpendicular to them to get to your destination without getting too close. I have been given a tool which lets me cut the umbilical cords of these enemies, which I have not yet had the opportunity to try out. So maybe we'll see that for the first time. There's some. Okay. But where's this? Is that it? No, it looks like it's pointing at something else. Oh, there it is. Standing right over. Oh, here's the umbilical cord. Can I, cut this? Maybe, oh, I have to pull out the tool for it, maybe? Where is it? I missed the tutorial where they taught me how to use this. This does not look like the right thing. Maybe it's too high above. Where'd it go? There it is. In the worst case, I have both the gun and the grenade, the rope gun and the grenades to deal with them. But I was really hoping I could try to do the melee strand cutting, or umbilical cord cutting. Excuse me. Nope. So that's the thing you can do: hold your breath to evade detection. Also consume stamina. You know, I wonder if the oxygen mask has something. That would be worth testing at some point. Where is the... Urinate on them. There we go. That's the strat. So I have 5 of these grenades. That's my backup option. That guy is standing right on top of the thing I need. It's unclear how I'm supposed to do this. Oh wow, he's close by. Oh, that's... No, this is... I think he's holding it out now. This is the tool. He's got the cutter held out. Now let's see if I can cut this. Cut it. In his right hand, he's got this, like... Really should have done the tutorial for this.
Someone's got cold feet.
You know what? Tired of you. Oh, wait, there it was. It was right off of the top. Well, there it is.
Someone's got cold feet.
So I need to wait for the square prompt to come up. Can I cut this? That's handy. Broken hand cut. Oh, there's... hello. What the? What is that guy? Oh, the plant's growing and dying quickly? Yeah, that's actually... The game explains this early on. That's a property of the rain. They call it timefall. The rain causes whatever it touches to age incredibly quickly. Which is why the rain damages the card so much. game invents a lot of weird stuff. Can I cut this cord?
Someone's got cold
Like
feet.
right here. I really thought that it could cut this wire like wherever, but it just doesn't want to. Why are there so many? I thought this would be... I did not take the right approach to navigating this area.
See yours.
I always think it'll be slightly easier to go around, but then there's always just more. Hold my breath. Power through. Hello. Container damaged. I've been in the rain for so long that the stuff is getting messed up. Container. What? Already? What? You know, I'm not in the mood. edge.
Someone's happy.
How does the suit and fossils stay safe in the rain?
Someone's
The
happy.
baggage you carry aren't safe. So the suit, I'm not sure. The suit always seems to be fine, but
Yeah, everything's okay.
like the fossils were getting damaged. Oh wait, you mean like before I picked them up? Yeah, that's not really clear. But while they're in my possession, they do get damaged.
Nice.
Back to this, I guess. Did all the enemies go away because of that? Looks like they did. Wouldn't be surprised if this stuff was pretty damaged though.
Not bad. Not bad. Let's get a move on.
So moral of the story is don't get swept away by the monsters. Oh yeah, I'm
Disgusting.
eating some bugs to restore some blood. They should watch the tutorial on how to operate that umbilical cord cutting tool.
There we go.
Oh, up there. I think I'll stop after delivering this. It's been an adventure.
Get it done, Sam Porter Bridges.
Oh yeah, that's his name, Sam Porter Bridges. They seem to be doing a thing in the future where your profession is part of your name. Like not how it's what your family's profession was a few hundred years ago. Somehow got stuck as your last name. Now it's just your name is your... So Sam is his first name, Porter is his job, and Bridges is the company. Die Hard Man is his job. Yeah, except for the people with nicknames. There are some strange nicknames. There's Die Hard Man, there's Dead Man, Heart Man you've met. There's someone called Fragile. That's not their... That's not... That's just their last name. A lot of the characters compete for having the weirdest backstories, but Die Hard Man is actually not very vocal about his backstory. There's another character whose nickname is Mama because she considers her job to be a parent, I guess. But she mostly does like engineering stuff, so... Who knows?
Scanning Bridges ID. Fragile Express ID verified. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
There were just some other names though, like some person who was a delivery manager near a lake, and his name was just like Thomas Lake or something. It was like, okay, cool. Well, let's hope it didn't mess this up too badly.
Delivering cargo.
I'm impressed, Sam. Not many people would have even attempted this. May I have a look?
She's like, you ruined everything.
Not a scratch on it. And the tower inside is safe and secure.
Oh.
You do not disappoint, my friend.
Oh, what? Okay. Some things were damaged.
Now, connect me to the chiral network. That's where my studies will truly begin.
Ignore Rita's ears. The amounts of blood a human male should have. Well, at like what? Yeah, so about the blood, the game considers you to have died when that blood reaches 0, so at 1 milliliter he's still alive, so it must be like, maybe it's the last 1,000 milliliters of blood, like his last liter of blood. The game considers it that he can lose 1 liter of blood and then he dies instantly. Norman Reedus is the next step in human evolution and needs less blood as a result. grenade launcher? Oh boy. It's gonna be some hematic grenade launcher thing. Consume all his blood.
Thank you.
Hello.
It goes without saying, but I am convinced that the tar is related to the BTs and the Death Stranding. After all, both it and Timefall are the defining features of the post-Stranding ecosystem. Sudden environmental changes such as these invariably lead to the extinction of organisms that fail to adapt. Those that do adapt do so by virtue of enhancers, the regions of DNA that grant successful organisms their advantages. These genetic factors are the key to evolution. But there are genes which have the opposite effect, those which disadvantage organisms. Extinction factors, as they have been called. These are the seeds of advancement and obsolescence. Such factors may lie dormant within us all, a choice waiting to be made. For every being since the advent of life itself. If so, then ancient proof may hide deep within the tar. Evidence of these genetic decisions that may aid us in navigating our current crossroads. In any event, thanks to you, I can now study the composition of the tar in greater detail. I'll make sure to share any interesting results with you later.
Well done, Sam. You furthered our research into the Death Stranding in ways you cannot imagine. Thank you again for bringing me Mama's body, as well as that ammonite. Speaking of which, my analysis of its umbilical cord is proceeding apace. I've been comparing the data against some of our restored archives. Anyway, would you mind returning to my lab? Preparations are finally complete for the chiral relay integration. If you could collect the necessary materials for the restoration work and bring them here, I would be most grateful.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
Cool. Well, I think I'll stop here, so thanks everyone for watching. Check my email. So many delivery quests. Oh, these are emails that I've received. These aren't quests, but I have done a lot of deliveries already. The entire game is delivery quests. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good night.